If we go back to Cab 1169, Mr. Powell's comments, we will need to make it clear in launching the document that we do not claim that we have evidence that he is an imminent threat. Is there any part of the dossier that makes that explicitly clear?
Well, I know that what we always said was a serious and credible threat to the region and therefore the stability of the world.
And at Cab 11103, Jonathan Powell's email to you, the third line down from the top, Alistair, what will be the headline in the Standard on the day of publication?
Well, search me.
But if we go to BBC 490, we can see what that headline was. 45 minutes from attack. Did you have any hand in this headline?
No, I didn't. I do not write headlines for the Evening Standard.
Now, so we can deal with some of the points that have been suggested, did you have any influence on the inclusion of the 45-minute claim in the dossier?
None whatever. The words that you read out earlier were the words in the draft of the dossier that I saw on the evening of September 10th. And I had no input, output, influence upon them whatsoever at any stage in the process.
Now, I'm proposing to turn to complaints about BBC reporting. It does seem, looking through the file, that there were a considerable number of complaints being made at about this time. Is that fair or unfair?
Unfair. Because there was a considerable amount of coverage that was giving us cause for concern.
And that's because your perception was there was unfair or inaccurate coverage?
Yes. Our perception was that BBC viewers and listeners were at times being given a sense of moral equivalence between the democratically elected governments that were involved on one side and the Iraqi regime on the other.
Well, can I then turn to the broadcast on the 29th of May? Well, first of all, where were you on the 29th of May?
I was in Kuwait.
And what was your reaction to those reports?
Well, I was torn, really. Because on the one hand, I didn't imagine anyone would have taken them terribly seriously, because it is such an extraordinary thing to say, that the Prime Minister and the government would do that. Given my close involvement in the production of the dossier, I knew the allegations to be false. The reason why I then got more concerned as the day wore on was because shortly after the Prime Minister spoke to British troops when we were in Basra, it was clear to me that the travelling press party were frankly more interested in this BBC story than they were in what the Prime Minister had been saying to the troops in his visit to Iraq.